Hey everyone, welcome back to Nothing Nerdy. I'm back
We are
here
back.
with the Inspector who reacts. How you doing, Inspector?
I'm doing good,
Good.
and I'm ready to talk about something that I have no idea what's going to happen.
I know. I can't. Um. Again, I'm still okay. So for those of you tuning in for the first time, MXC, hello.
Hey,
Um.
MC.
For those of you who are fairly new to my channel, um, I only recently watched Marvel. So a couple months ago, Inspector here was like, "Hey, let's watch Marvel. You've never seen it before. Let me show you the ways
It's
of the
it
Force."
it's it's the big thing
Yeah.
that everybody's talking about, and it's about to get bigger. Like
Mm-hmm.
some stuff is on the way. You got Disney Plus, so
Yeah.
I should introduce this to you, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe to see if you like it.
So
You really liked
I
it.
did. So every week we watched one or two movies, and then on Sunday we would talk about it. So I am all caught up. And I loved it. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. So I was intrigued by the WandaVision trailer, two trailers.
We
Didn't know
are
what to
now
expect.
officially on. We are now officially on Phase 4.
Phase four. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Marvel has different phases.
So
Um, yeah, so I didn't really know what to going into this. I didn't have like high expectations like I would with something Star Wars like Mandalorian or
yeah.
Clone Wars, where my expectations were a little bit higher. So I was like, okay, I was more so like going into this like, oh, whatever it is, it is. And as I've talked about before, I'm not a huge Wanda fan, and
Mhm.
again, she's a great character, she's a great actress. It was more so just like in the last two videos, listen to me, last two movies, she was just a little whiny. She was whiny. I don't know. It was just, I don't know if it was the way she was written, I guess. Bugged me. So I was, but I guess by the end of Marvel, I was just like, ugh.
She was very different in this one, I will say.
I
Like she's much
loved her. Oh my God. Like, I couldn't get
yeah.
enough of her. I could have watched,
Yeah.
it kind of made me wish, like, oh, I wish this was like a real show, like a real, um, classics. I wish this,
50 show.
yeah, because I would totally, you know, watch it. Um,
Did,
she, she was adorable.
did you watch like I Love Lucy and all those other 50 shows
I did.
commonly or
Growing up, Nick at Night, um,
yeah.
the Dick Van Dyke Show, Bewitched, I Love Lucy. Like, I love that style of of show.
Yeah.
So I love that and that they're modeling it
Yeah.
after
I
that. Nick at Night,
I didn't
yep.
watch much of those. The only one I really would say I watched was Andy Griffith, but like all of them, but I do understand the style of it
Yeah.
and everything. It's very but I don't have, I guess you could say, a nostalgia for it as
Hmm.
strongly as like some other shows.
That's kind of how I felt watching it. It was like, oh, like it was like nostalgic. Steve, hey, how are you? Freshly pruned and flight ready. I like it. Always ready. Um, yeah, there was just
Yeah.
something very comforting about it. It kind of, I liked it. I mean, but there, obviously there's more going on, um, underneath the
Yeah,
surface.
there was that's kind of the thing, like even though I did enjoy the little it feels weird to say this, it felt like it was a parody. Like it was parodying these
Hmm.
time shows, which is one of those things was like I could understand, like I felt like I don't know, I'll say I didn't enjoy it, but it was more like it was something that like if it was coming from that times I could understand it better or something, or I could understand and relate to the comedy better. But because it's like it's a modern show
Hmm.
like based off those times, I'm just like, what are they trying to tell me? Like, what are they doing? Like, what is the story? Because I'm like I'm actually kind of like looking for things in this show
Yeah.
more than yeah. Not like it was still good. Like if I upon rewatch, I probably would actually like look like enjoy the story or whatever. But
Hmm.
and, in fact, I did laugh a lot watching
I
this.
did
The comedy
too.
was really good.
Yeah, I think for me, and again, I think as like a newer Marvel fan, I was just like, I was just enjoying the surface level story. Like I kind of, I was caught up in that. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm sure there was a lot of little details in everything that went way over my head. I only noticed like I think two things, and that was
I yeah,
um Hydra. Was it the watch?
Hydra watch and Stark's toaster. That's
Yeah.
like the only two things.
The ones that were
Which
in my face, those were the ones I noticed.
yeah, yeah, those are the only ones I really noticed.
Hmm.
And those were only in the commercial
Yeah.
sections of the
Yeah.
show. um,
I liked it. It felt like a ride. Yep.
yeah. I did. I did love how like the first like the effects. Like I don't know if because I was wondering like did they actually go all the way by making the effects the way they would have made in the 50s, like the whole like the strings and all this stuff, or did they CGI this? I'm actually curious if they went the extra mile to
That's a good
redo all
question.
this.
I wonder if they'll do that. Got me thinking. I wonder if they'll do like a behind the scenes thing at the end of all this, like they did with Mandalorian. I would be curious to see.
Yeah,
I mean, they did like
yeah,
the animation part in like the second episode. That was like old
yeah.
school
The Bewitched
cartoon.
kind of
Yeah.
cartoony.
Um.
Yeah,
So they could have done things like the way they used to.
yeah.
They did. They used old
Um,
cameras. Did they really?
yeah. Cameras would be interesting. Yeah, Cam- but they still have like old cameras, in those in the Hollywood studios.
Um.
uh,
Okay. Oh yeah. So there was a thing with the helicopter and the bees, but I didn't understand that. Like I knew it was
yeah.
significant, but I did not know the reference.
The
Older audio tuning for the first episode. Oh, interesting.
the bees, the bees, Wanda. What do they mean? But
I don't know what they
I
mean.
yeah, like there's a like I said, like I I'm new to this, so there's a lot of things that are going over my head that I would know if I probably read more comics. There are a
Oh,
couple things I've learned, like but I don't know what they mean
okay.
yet. So
Okay.
I'm like, especially in considering MCU's style of storytelling,
Right.
how different it will be from its original source. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like very
Yeah.
curious what they're bringing.
I mean,
We'll get to that later.
I'm kind of glad that I haven't read the comics because I like this surprise. Like, I feel like if you read the comics before seeing all these Marvel movies and now the shows, like nothing, like a lot of things wouldn't be a surprise. Um, like when all of a sudden
Yeah.
she had like the baby bump, you know? Someone
Mhm.
in chat said that, well, in the comics, she had twins.
Yeah, yeah, like I think yeah, her having kids. I mean, there's like a lot of characters that because Wanda and other characters have been here around for like decades, so they've
Hmm.
had like whole families and journeys and lifetimes
Yeah.
of stories. So
I like being
yeah,
surprised.
I didn't know she had twins though. I will say okay, so somebody pointed this out. And I didn't quite because I was like, okay, so you did watch the. There's no like after credits, but you did watch the credits, like the whole title sequence and everything, like
In the
the ending credits per
the
se.
ending, no, I didn't.
Oh, yeah, the ending credits have are what I would call the main title credits of the show, like the
Hmm.
sort of thing, because each episode so far has had their, title of the style of the TV show
Hmm.
or thing. Um, but yeah, the ending credits have a very, and what somebody pointed out is like it has a very X-Men opening title to it, and like if we ever get a chance to show you X-Men, I wonder if you'll notice that. But yeah, I kind of got that like even the credits and the font
Hmm.
has a very X-Men sound. Wanda originally came from X-Men. She was originally a mutant, which is what the X-Men
Oh,
are.
interesting.
So it might be like reverse. Like maybe they're starting with her to build upon that
Hmm.
to start the X-Men in this universe with her. Um,
Interesting. Maybe he'll show up in WandaVision.
yeah.
But
That's actually yeah. That's just the one thing. I'm just like, there's so much. I am curious because it's like again, I love the format of just this old classic reliving like history and
hmm.
nostalgic TV shows and stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, it has this underlying like Twilight Zone mystery that
Yeah.
I'm really curious to figure out.
I wonder if she went crazy after what happened to Vision. and she's like in her own head and like none of this is real,
Yeah.
or if someone is doing something to her and is making her go crazy,
Yeah.
in order to like take her down,
Yeah. So there was like there was like something about that where it's like because she's getting calls from the radio or something, like
hmm
somebody's trying to contact her.
yeah,
So it makes me wonder is like, but she also is able to control the situation she's in. Like she was able to reverse time for a
right,
second and go
right.
back. So it's like, who's in control of this situation that she's in? Is she in control or is she not in control? Is somebody doing this to her?
It seems like she's like in it seems like she's in control, I guess, to a degree, which is what makes me think maybe this is going on in her head. But
Yeah.
um but unless there's someone else involved, someone who is driving her to insanity or something. um no.
Yeah. It's like again, we're only like the first two episodes in, so and I mean, I'm glad that they're not. In a way, also glad they're not giving it away. Like
hmm
we don't know anything right now, so we still
right.
have a uh predictions of such. I did learn who was on the end of that radio. Like who was the voice of
Uh-huh.
it, and which really surprised me. It turns out it's that cop from Ant-Man and the Wasp, the one that was
Really?
trying to catch Ant-Man. Yeah, and like the one who's trying to do all the card tricks or something like that.
Wait, the
He's somehow involved.
his ex-wife's new
No, 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 not
husband?
him. The FBI agent. Yeah,
Oh,
it
I don't
it
know
turns
who
out it
that
was
is.
his voice. The
Hmm.
yeah, the one who like tried to learn the card tricks from Scott and kept trying to catch
Yeah.
Scott. Um,
Interesting.
yeah, he was only in Ant-Man and the Wasp too. So, but
He's only an Ant-Man too. Okay.
yeah, I
Um.
guess somehow he's involved. And also, okay, so there's this I did recently learn also, but I've kind of known about this. Is there's like the
Okay.
symbol we've been this is the beekeeper has a symbol, and I think the helicopter has it too. It's a sword, and sword is part of Shield, the Avengers sort of thing, like Shield.
Okay.
So there's that.
Hmm.
That we all is all we know per se. So yeah.
Interesting. Let's see. It could be like Inception. Someone tapped into her dream of reality. That's true.
You seen
Um,
Inception?
I haven't. It sounds
Oh, it's
eerie.
good. It's it's hippy dippy. That's all I'll say. It's
Well, I
hippy
like
dippy, but it's
hippy
good.
dippy, but I don't like scary or it's disturbing. I don't know. Is it?
Uh, it's interesting, is all I'll say.
Do
I won't
pe-
say,
do
it depends on your level of disturbing, but
do people
yes.
die?
Well, yeah, okay, I'll say that.
If it ain't Hallmark, no. Um, so, like Star Wars, there are things like the Empire insignia, the helicopter head. Oh, like what you were saying. Um, Someone's trying to contact her through the radio. Helicopter was another attempt.
Yeah. Um,
Um,
yeah, and also it's like at the end of the first episode, we saw like they're able to watch her, like somebody, like they're able to, I guess, see into her mind if this is Wanda's mind or
she
something.
could be like in like this science labby type thing where all these things are hooked up to her, and they're somehow
Yeah,
able
like
to
she's
like
all
tap into her mind.
literally view dreams or
Yeah,
something. View,
like high tech technology where they could see what she's
yeah.
thinking
So
about.
yeah, I again, I just I did I, it's like again, I love the like the whole. There's like this half and half. There's this just reliving nostalgia comedy kind of
Hmm.
show, and then there's this mystery. I love mysteries
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. Um, I thought it was really, I thought it was really weird. So at the end of the first episode, where they're having their little dinner party, and the guy starts
Hmm.
choking, and
Yeah,
And there was this, it was, the whole thing was a weird moment. I mean, obviously he
Yeah,
just goes through him and he pulls it out, whatever. But like the the boss and his wife, there was something really weird about them. Like the
they're like on a
wife's
loop or
right, like
something.
something wasn't registering. Like the wife just kept laughing. Obviously, if it was
Yeah,
real, she would be acting out,
freaking out.
freaking out. Yeah. But she just kept laughing or whatever. And then he obviously, like, he reaches down and takes it out. The guy doesn't
Yeah, and
register.
they
That
move
doesn't,
on. They
and they
don't
move on.
react
And
to
then
that.
they just get up and leave. Like,
I
that
I
was weird.
I, I will point out that I don't know if this is like, again, it's like it's WandaVision, but it's like I'm really curious because again, Vision's alive now, but
Hmm.
he's supposed to be dead.
Right.
So it's like, how is Vision back? So what I have this because again, and that one little scene gives me this idea that okay, like maybe Vision, of course, isn't here, even though it's about both of
Hmm.
them. Maybe he isn't, or he's starting. Maybe she can make him come back. Maybe she's
Hmm.
able to bring him back in some way, and she's trying to do that.
Yeah.
Um, but what I'm thinking is that because Vision didn't do anything until Wanda asked him to do something, so what I'm thinking is maybe it's possible it's Wanda's in control of everything here.
Hmm.
So like Vision wasn't able to do anything, so Wanda commanded him to, per
Interesting.
se. So that's one thing. Maybe Vision isn't, is Vision's part of her reality. He's not,
Right.
separate. He's not another participant,
Right.
even though he's part of her. He's definitely not, originally from this, um,
Hmm.
this this nostalgic reality per se.
Yeah. Made them feel like robots. Yeah, there was just something like, well, like you said, maybe she was in control of that situation in a way. But it almost made me wonder: are they like? Is there any significance to them? Like, are they somehow? Do they represent who is in control of this situation? There was just something, I don't know. It was at the
Yeah,
time I was reading into it. I don't know. There was just something weird about them.
yeah. And I love how it's like there's like this little because I feel like that point happened when Wanda's like able to control the reality until she has to question it, and
Yeah.
then when she starts to question it, it starts to break down and
Hmm.
things freak out a
Right.
little for her.
Yeah.
Um, so, but again, it's like it's interesting what they do with the camera angles is like when you watch everything's normal and fine. It's like original TV show camera and everything
Hmm.
like on the side. There's like the audiences behind and all that. But when it starts to like get serious, it feels more like a move, like a cinematic. Like
Hmm.
there's close up, face up, close ups, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
There's little pans and things, Dutch tilts and all that. It gets
Hmm.
more modern per
Right.
se.
Um, and there was something with like the color. Like the only thing
Mm,
that was color was the helicopter, and
mm.
then and also in that episode, the second episode, when
Yeah,
the snobby
yeah.
neighbor or
She cuts her
whatever,
hand
she cuts
and
her hand, it bleeds,
bleeds color.
bleeds color, yeah. And then same thing like with the boss and his wife. This woman, you'd think she's gonna freak out as she starts to, but then like you said,
Yeah,
Wanda starts to control the situation in a way, and it's like it never happened. The only
yeah,
way to get blood out of a napkin is to do it yourself, and she walks away, and that's it. Like it
yeah.
never happened, and it wasn't a big deal. And
Um,
Dottie, yeah.
yeah. There's this show I watched, which is I really love this show. And it's based off a movie which had the same kind of this concept was it's called Westworld. It's about these uh basically it's not an augmented it's kind of this augmented reality, but it's not simulated.
Hmm.
There's actually like robots, but they look like people, but the
Right.
robots don't know that they're robots in a
Uh
way.
huh.
They think they're people because they're programmed off of these actions and options and same things.
Hmm.
But eventually the robots start to realize what they're doing, and they start to not act off of what their programming is and such.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it kind of like gets me this when you watch the show, it's like you're not like there's actually some twist where some characters are actually robots and you didn't realize they were like they
Mm.
weren't human like you thought they were, and it turns out they were muscle machine.
Oh, interesting.
So I kind of got this feeling from it too, where it's like you're not sure who's real, or
Yeah.
if some people are infiltrating, or some people are just imaginary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a weird show.
It's a little hippy dippy. um, but yeah, and at the end of the second episode, things start to go into color. Looks like we're heading
Yep.
into like the 60s, I guess.
60s or 70s, something along that line. Yeah.
I think
I,
the 60s only because this last one I think was the 50s. I could be
I
wrong.
thought the first one was the 50s. I felt like it was going like by decade. Like first one's 50s, second one was 60s, third one's gonna be 70s. Maybe fourth one's gonna be 80s, and then 90s or something like that.
I thought the
I'm
first
not
one was
100%
40s.
sure. Maybe.
Well, let's check the time period.
When did I love
Bewitched.
the first one? The first one was based off I Love Lucy. When did that one? When did Lucy come out? Was it like the 50s or 40s?
You want to know something? I
And
thought it was based off the Dick Van Dyke Show, and the only reason why I thought that was because of the setup of the living room. I mean, I don't actually know what it was based off, but that's what it reminded me of. Oh, Bewitched was the final episode was in 1972, and it aired in 1964. So maybe you're right. Maybe this was the 60s.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, it was a mix of Dick Van Dyke and
it was both
Lucy.
Dick Van Dyke and I Love Lucy. Oh, okay, cool.
And Bewitched was 60s. So
So the next
yeah,
one would be 70s. Okay.
but I felt like the outfits that some of the characters were wearing were very less 50s in a way, because it's kind of that mix of 60 kind of a, because it's kind of interesting when you see the decades of outfits, how
Yeah.
um
I thought those
like
pants started in the 50s. Maybe it was the late 50s into the 60s.
yeah, because they mentioned like Wanda's pants,
Mm-hmm.
like how I guess women were starting to wear pants
Yeah.
at that point.
Well, just her.
And
Nobody
then
else did.
then yeah, and I guess color like really blew up in the 70s. Of
Yeah.
course, it does look very I don't know what that word. I don't know what the word is. I'm thinking it's very lava volcano. Like what are those little things called? Those
Oh,
volcano
lava lamps.
lava lamps. That's what it is. Like it felt very lava lamp already.
Mm-hmm.
Technical, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be very
Color.
hippy dippy next episode.
Technical are like we could dress up like we're in the 70s.
In the hippies, yeah.
I don't think I own anything tie dyed.
I think I do.
Of course you do.
I think it's like a
Inspector.
boomerang shirt.
I'll have to look in my closet. I once made a tie dye shirt. Back in my college days, last year.
Was it for a program, or is it just for fun, or?
It was, oh wow. I haven't thought about this. It was for like it was like one of the like maybe like the second night we were there, and it was kind of like a bonding thing. Our dorm went up against another dorm. What were we doing though? I don't remember what they were going to do to us. I must have blocked it out. I don't remember.
Something must have happened.
Wow.
So something didn't
remember.
happen.
It's not like some kind of like initiation thing, And I don't remember what it was. I remember we were in the woods.
Was it hippie? Was it really like hippie dippy?
Must have been. I guess I don't remember. I have hippy dippy outfits, but they're not necessarily 70s. I don't remember what they were.
But yeah,
Stories from college.
I will say, like, not that I wasn't surprised with this, but I was like, these two episodes, especially the second one, like Wanda's adorable. Like she's just so adorable. Yeah.
She looked beautiful, first of all, and
Yeah. She's fine.
She's fine.
She's so
That's
fine.
right. That's right. she looked beautiful. Her personality was just adorable, and
I did love that moment where she's with Dottie and like every time she like looks away from Dottie, she's like making a face or
Mm-hmm.
something. It's like Dottie's being so snobby.
Mm-hmm. Um, and I did notice like the audio quality, like especially of her voice. It just sound I don't know if it was the headphones, but it just sounded so rich to me, like very um
Hmm.
clear, rich. It sounded different from like listening to like one of the movies or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like I said, I don't know if that's my headphones or just
Hmm.
um but
And yeah, and Vision. I guess because we're so used to Vision just being stable, we're not used to his comedy or something. He's very funny and listening too.
he is oh my gosh, and I loved when he got the gum stuck in his,
Oh yeah,
intestines. It made him act like he
and
was
he
drunk.
and he's all gummed up and drunk. And that was like it was like I liked how like he's doing like all his powers or doing all this stuff, and then Wanda's like using her magic to kind of make it look like it's a trick
Yeah.
or something. Like she's using magic to make magic look fake or real
Mm-hmm.
in some way.
Yeah, that was really interesting, and I was like nervous. I was like, "Oh my gosh, what's she gonna do? How is she gonna fix this? How is she gonna fix that? Like what?" Well, um, but she held it together. Yeah, you're right. She didn't have her accent, but that was another thing. She
Yeah,
spoke in this.
Sokovian.
Yeah, she spoke in the style of that era, and I thought again just a testament to her acting ability. Like that was pretty impressive. She captured the way she spoke. The way they spoke back then. So.
Oh, that is something interesting. Okay, about the commercials, the commercial parts. I feel like, or some like there's been a discussion about that, and the discussion was like maybe the commercials are people using this to try and like Wanda can see them,
Mm-hmm.
and people are using these commercials to try and remind Wanda of reality or something because we have the
Maybe.
Stark thing and we have the Hydra,
Mm-hmm.
which is called Strucker's Watch, which Strucker was the Hydra agent that created Wanda and her brother back in Civil
Oh.
War and Ultron. So, and the Stark thing, it was beeping like it was gonna blow up or something like that almost for a
Yeah, yeah,
minute,
that was weird. Like a bomb.
which is another, which is kind of like I guess related to like the origin where like her family died from a Stark bomb and
Oh.
like it almost like one almost blew up next to them before they were rescued.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like maybe there's like each commercial is going to be a piece of Wanda's history or something that they're trying to remind her of or something.
Right.
So yeah, at first when I saw the Hydra, I thought maybe Hydra got Wanda and they were, testing on her again or trying to do something.
I mean, they could
But I
be.
guess this is, yeah, maybe.
Um,
Um, yeah, there's a lot going on.
she could be being held captive by them, and maybe wherever, you know, uh,
Sword, all the people trying to find
yeah,
her are.
there maybe they have a way of like tapping into her to save her.
Yeah.
Don't forget the toaster also made the sound of an Iron Man repulsor warming up to fire.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I did love the commercial though because like you can cook anything. You can cook in this toaster. You can cook meatloaf. You can open faced bread. Like open faced cheese sandwich. It's just like, oh yeah, that's how people thought.
Yeah, I was like,
It
I would
worked.
never do that though.
Yeah.
I don't need cheese getting in my toaster. I don't know.
How do you make cheese sandwiches?
I put
You ever
mine.
made cheese sandwiches?
I put mine in the microwave, but I have one of those toasters that like you can lay it flat, like not that you slide in,
Oh, you
like a toaster
like
oven.
that? Like a waffle?
No,
Oh,
like a toaster
toaster oven?
oven. Yeah. So I don't like the toasters where you just put it down and in.
You,
Like
you don't you're not a fan of those
no, because they're
that
hard to.
jump out?
Well, I do scare easily. But it's not just that because they're harder to clean. So at least with the toaster oven,
True.
there's a tray at the bottom. So you just pull out the tray and clean the tray, and then you put it back in.
Yeah.
Besides, I remember when I first moved into my apartment, I did get one of those toasters. I got a really cheap one, like $10. That you pop it in, pops up, whatever. And then there was one day where like the wire started smoking, and I was like, probably should throw
I'm
this
just gonna
out.
chug that.
Yeah,
Get it out of here.
um, I'm gonna buy a more expensive one and get one of the ones that just because I put everything. I could put like pizza in there. I could put waffles, bread,
Yeah,
bagels, cheese sandwich. Um,
yeah.
I
Actually, like, actually,
if you put the toaster on
get
the
a skillet
side,
for grilled cheese.
you can do an open faced cheese. Is that how you're supposed to do it? I never done that.
I, I don't know about that one. I mean, it's a neat idea, but I'm not gonna test that.
Pop up toasters do have pull out trays these days. Do they?
Do they? Oh, my toaster right now actually has something where you can like open the bottom and like brush out and scrub all the stuff from the bottom, so you don't have to like rip anything.
Maybe New York is not up with the times yet. Maybe we're, or I'm just cheap and
I
bought a
mean,
cheap
you said the
toaster.
one you had was cheap. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say mine's expensive, but I get it's got that feature. That's all it's got.
Interesting. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. It works, but I use a toaster oven now. I'm a grown up. Toaster on its side is more of a college thing. I never even did that in college. I never knew about that. I never thought to do that. Now I know.
I actually would like I would make fast grilled cheese sandwiches by just putting toast in,
Mm-hmm.
and as soon as it came out, grab my like pull them out, set them down, grab my slice of cheese, put them between the two, and just let the cheese between the warm toast.
That's a good idea. And then you could put it in the microwave though. After that, and let the
I'm not a big fan of microwaves. I don't really trust them. I don't know why. I
really.
just don't feel. Yeah.
So you don't microwave food?
Nope. Like I
Fascinating,
don't have
Inspector. Tell
one,
me
but
more.
I'm just I don't know. There's just something about microwaves where I'm just like, I don't trust you. I know you work. I don't trust you.
That's funny.
I'm more of fashion where I will oven things.
This is like right up there with you not liking certain Padme outfits because they're not symmetrical. Like this is
But
this is right up there on the list of really
I prefer when the
okay.
yes, toaster ovens are better than microwaves. They don't,
Hmm.
microwave.
I mean, it's probably safe, like healthier because microwaves have the
Microwaves.
yeah. This is microwave.
The only thing I will microwave is popcorn. That's the only thing I will
Oh,
microwave.
okay. But you could buy a popcorn maker and not have to do that.
True. Yeah.
Every
Actually,
single
I mean,
man
I
at some
do
point in
actually.
their life
I've
has
actually been cooking
to
popcorn.
a ding chef. I like it. Pizza and toaster oven is like 10 times better. Crispy versus soggy.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't put pizza in the microwave unless I'm like reheating.
Yeah.
And I'm lazy. Texas is
I
my
did have a
boots.
microwave a lot when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did have one of those, and I was actually I really liked it because I would actually like watch. I just like watch the little thing spin and cook.
Aww.
Yeah. Hmm. This is a very interesting discussion.
This
For
is what
WandaVision.
This is what WandaVision has done to us. It's made us feel all nostalgic and talk about past appliances.
Food
and-
appliances.
yeah. Well,
Kitchen appliances.
we always seem to talk about food on streams, whether it's here or on Twitch. But I mean, but hey, it was a great episode.
Yeah. Two
Uh,
episodes. We got two for the first day, and
Mhm.
now we're gonna get one, which I'm good with. I'm like, I felt like two was almost too much. It's like, whoa,
Yeah.
slow down.
Easier to process and
They're so far they're 30 minutes, which is a nice digestible, bit.
like the length
Actually,
of a
technically almost
sitcom.
25
What's that?
because there's like
Oh,
actually
yeah.
almost 25 because there's like 5 minutes of credits,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there
which
were
is
a lot of
first like the
credits.
show's credits, and then you got like the Disney Plus credits of everything Disney Plus does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel old having a microwave when you're a kid. When I was a kid, there weren't microwaves. Aww. Look at you now.
They're really that new? They're really that new? They can't be that. They can't be that. What are they like? It's like the 90s. I thought microwaves were in the 80s too, or 70s. You're not that old, are you, Steve?
When did microwaves come out? 60s? 70s? 70. Oh, 70s. Maybe 70s? Well, hold on. Let's look this up.
I feel like 70s is when, because I don't feel like that would be the 60s.
Yeah, maybe
It
it could have
could
been the
be, but
70s. Um,
70s I feel like was when things were really invented. They were available earlier in the U.S.
1967.
Oh, okay. When the first ones were made.
In 1967, this is from, oh wait. Oh,
It was adopted faster here. That makes sense. Especially for this country, we're very fast and, efficient. Just, if it's fast, it works. We do it. Grown up in the 70s.
Wow. In 1980, the retail price of a microwave oven was $425.
Jeez, and that's like thousands today.
Mm-hmm. How much did a microwave cost in
Yeah, that makes sense why you didn't have one
1970?
back in the 70s. Steve?
In 1970, a 1970 model cost $495. In today's dollars, that same microwave would cost about $3,000.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, that's inflation.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't. What does a microwave cost? Like $50 now? Like 100 maybe?
Let's see. Um, cost of a mic. Ah!
You just type in microwave and see what the first today's
Yeah.
prices are.
Shopping. I see one at Target for 55.
Wow.
One at Walmart for 70.
55.
But then there's more expensive ones,
so
like 200, 250, 450.
Wow.
Wait,
Still going for 400.
it varies. Yeah, it looks like the lowest is about 55. Interesting. Can buy one off eBay. Trust that? Let's buy a used microwave.
TV remote controls.
We had TVs with remote controls, though. The remote control was the youngest kid in the house who had to get up and flick between 4 channels. Aww.
That's actually, yeah, I did live that life for a long time. I never had cable. I still never have really had cable. I've only ever had that at my grandparents.
I remember.
There was always an antenna. And you got to go outside and turn the thing, turn it, twist it, until you got you want PBS, you got to turn north. You want ABC or CBS, you got to turn southeast.
Oh, wow. Well, I didn't have it exactly like that, but I had the old TVs with the antennas, and the TV I had in my room was like an old black and white.
Did you have rabbit ears or did
the rabbit ears, and I had an old black and white TV in my room. Like that was my TV growing up.
Yeah.
Not trying to give away my age here, but you know.
I actually didn't have a remote either as a kid. Like we had to go up to our TV and change the channels. I don't know where. I guess because the TV I grew up with. I guess my family lost the remote or just it never came with one.
Mm-hmm.
So we always had to go up to turn it off, change channels and such. It was and especially if you left the volume on, it would be loud. So immediately you press the button to turn it on, and then press the volume button, hoping it would go really quiet before it just hit you with this loud static sound.
Yeah. Especially the microwave comes to the door. God. We had cable in the 50s. It was called Red Fusion.
I think I was about to tell the story on Twitch, but I think I was like, no, I think I'll do it. Ever tell you about the time I almost blew up a TV?
No.
Okay, it was one of those, portable TVs. The really ones with a little antenna, black and white.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it had one of those. What are they? I know the name. I know the name. It's basically like its power cord. It's a little box thing adapter. It had its
Oh.
adapter cord. Yeah, that. So it had one of those. I I don't know what happened. Like something. I think the cord broke or something. And I was like, okay, that didn't work. So, but I saw another one that looks similar, another adapter that had kind of the same box, everything like that. So let's see if this works. And I plugged it in, and then so I turned on turned on the TV, and like a minute later, it starts smoking, and then and then I hear this pop, and then so it broke. I unplugged everything. And was like, but then I was like, oh man, it just
Oh God. We
yeah.
almost lost you, Inspector. We almost lost you.
So yeah, whatever I plugged in was too powerful for it.
You blew the capacitors. The capacitors. You overloaded it. Oh God.
Yeah. Yep.
I bought my first TV when I was 12. Had to work for it. It was an RCA color 27-inch. I think it was like 300. Wow. Well, good for you for doing that. I never heard of channels being called like by letter. That's interesting.
A and B.
Is that like
Yeah.
a UK? Is that like a UK thing, or was it like that here in the States too?
Huh. That's
My first TV had
that's
valves.
interesting. I did. We have like channel A11, channel A, 8 or something like that. It was like always like it had a letter and then it had like numbers next to it. And then we got like this, like when antennas changed over to cable. You okay?
Just a mess, you know. Don't mind me.
But when everything changed over to, I guess, because eventually they actually killed antennas. Like they killed the antenna signal to update to like a modern antenna signal, which are now like these boxes or little dishes. They brought back the rabbit ears, for modern. Where was I going?
It's okay. Take your time. If I was a microwave, I would be afraid of Inspector. I heard what he did with the TV. Oh God.
No, yeah, somebody else is always going to be responsible for microwaves, not me. But yeah, it was interesting, like seeing like how he had to get how the channels, like yeah, when we got new channels, I found that there were more channels. Like there was channel 6, but then there was channel 6.2, 6.3 that had
Wow.
like extra stuff, and it was
I'm trying to think of it. I don't think
yeah.
we had that. Robert, hello. How are you?
Did you have cable? Like
Oh,
when you were
I didn't get cable until
like your family?
maybe I was like, I want to say like 10, 11, 12, around there. Um, we were definitely late to the game with cable. But now, like, I don't have, now that I live on my own, I don't have cable. I'm like,
It's the internet now.
yeah, I have Disney Plus, I have Amazon Prime, that's my TV.
Yeah, we today we just went out and grabbed a device that allows, basically is like a streaming box where now we got Disney Plus on it, we got Netflix, we got HBO on that, and we also have like the basic channels like
Oh, that's
ABC, good. CBS. It's like, oh, okay, because we had an antenna, we had a little dish antenna before.
Aww.
And it was, I wouldn't say reliable, but it worked when it needed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Most places here in the UK don't have cable.
I never
Interesting.
never had the luxury of cable. Like the only thing I really ever watched on cable would be the Disney Channel.
Yeah, and I remember that's like what I was most excited about when we got cable. I was like, oh my God, I can watch the Disney Channel. And I remember when my parents like told me that we were getting cable, I like grabbed the TV guide, and I spent like days just like reading, like, oh, I could watch this and I could watch this. It was just like I was so excited.
Yeah. Um, that's when that's my when I ever going to my grandparents' house. I would like grab like look at the guy and see all the things I could watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the power's in my hands.
Aww.
Because when I was a kid, it was just like, all right, this TV show, or this TV show at this time, or this crime TV show, or this crime TV show, or this comedy, or this thing, or this adult show I can't watch.
Mm-hmm.
Just like so much.
Oh, there goes my screen. Tubi and Pluto TV are free? That's interesting. I'll have to look into
Disney
that.
Plus,
I like free.
Free streaming. Yeah. So, again, really, like not to say nothing wrong with WandaVision, but there wasn't a lot to talk about.
Yeah, that's what. You know what? I'm sure with each passing episode, there's going to be a little bit more. Like as things, those little moments start to happen that are out of the norm of her sitcom. You know,
like I'll say this compared to Mandalorian, like Mandalorian gave us like a lot to talk about for its first few episodes.
Yeah, it was jam packed.
Like this was just not just that, but they just threw in a Baby Yoda.
Yeah. They gave us a lot, like this character, this name, this, cameo. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Daniel, hello. If it's not really a show, it's not really a show, from the first two.
So we got 9 episodes. 9 more episodes, or no, 7 more after these 2.
Okay.
So 7 more weeks of this.
Cool.
And then after that, I believe March is Falcon and Winter Soldier. So.
Yay! I'm excited for that.
We're just gonna jump from Wanda to that, and then who knows what else is next.
Maybe we'll get Bad Batch after that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if the Black Widow will come out on theaters or the streaming service, or because that's still like it's done. It's just we're waiting on it.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It all depends on movie theaters opening up, I would think, and I don't know. I've heard in New York they're starting to talk about opening things back up, but then at the same time there's this new strain of I guess we don't want to get into all that, but I don't know. It's like things could
there's a new worry.
Yeah, things could be getting worse, so it might not even happen. Who knows?
Yeah.
Mackie, I know he likes. Okay, the actor who plays Falcon.
Falcon, yeah.
Is a Golden Girls fan. Like that's what he does to unwind. He comes home and he watches the Golden Girls, and I'm like, marry me. And he's a Betty White fan, and he met Betty White, and Betty White was like, oh, she stroked his cheek. Was like, if I was 40 years younger, and that just like made his life. He was like, Betty White's into me. Oh my god. I love it. Pelican, yes.
You just from one Captain America to the next.
Mm-hmm. Just give me all the Captain Americas. Ewan is on notice. Mackie's on deck. Yes. Yeah. That made me happy. But yeah. Yep.
All right.
Well, I guess that's it. Unless you have any final thoughts or
Nope, that's all the TVs I've blown up.
That's
That's all the stories I've got for now. maybe next episode I'll have some 70s like nostalgia.
Okay. All right. Well, I really hope you guys don't get the stream we have. I know, like that's what I'm worried about. I know it's made an appearance here. Not a lot, but it's made an appearance. So we're gonna
just gotta keep doing what we're doing.
Exactly. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst, as the saying goes.
All in order tomorrow.
What'd you say?
What UMXC said.
All in order tomorrow. Yes, I'm probably streaming during the day tomorrow. Don't have.
Did you? So you got your Elgato fixed?
Yep, yep. All I needed was a new wire. That MXC told me
Ah,
to get. So
got
that
the you got the right wire
got
this
the
time.
right wire. Yes. So that worked. So yeah, I'm thinking 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. That's the tentative schedule. We shall see. Up in
All
the
right.
air. So.
Yeah, I just I just beat Fallen Order to record all this footage,
Oh,
and
cool.
my mom, my mom, like I've been getting her to play Fallen Order, and she's actually beaten like the first two planets.
Good for her.
Like
That's
first,
great.
mostly I've been guiding her, but actually so far she did the first like temple mostly by herself. So I'm
That's
like, okay,
wonderful. Wow.
that's somebody who doesn't play video
Uh
games.
huh. Wow.
Like still learning the buttons. So it's like, okay,
I don't think I can convince
eventually
my
you're
mom to
getting
do
there.
that. That's great. Good for her. Um,
You do mother-daughter stream.
I don't think I could convince her to do that, but
Maybe you could have her um, be in control of the decisions for a whole Republic character. Where you do the combat, she does the character choices.
my mom used to play the Harry Potter video games. Like she and I were both really into those, and
Oh yeah.
we would play them together. Like not at the same time, but like um, I would get up to a certain point, and she would play, and like we would talk about it. And it was so funny. She and I like we still joke about it. She would be like down the hall in the computer room playing, and I would be like in the kitchen doing homework or something, and all of a sudden I hear her down the hall, no, like really loud, and I'm like, and now she had a special. That was her special yell for when she like jumped off a cliff. So it runs in the family, okay, with our gameplay. Um,
Your high ground falls.
and in the second Harry Potter game, that was like a thing. Like you just always like you could easily
Always had to jump.
there was a lot of jumping and you would easily fall off ledges. And there were some that were really high and you would have to start from like a certain point farther back. And she would just go, no. It's so funny.
Actually, I
Um,
should try. Did you ever? Did you? I don't think it's. I guess it was. You only had like computer games. You never had a console or anything
I had
growing
a
up,
Super Nintendo console
right?
growing up.
But yeah, but that they. I don't think they ever released Harry Potter games on that. So
No, no.
um,
And at one point we had a Wii, um,
right.
but I didn't do much with it. Um, I mostly exercised. They had like a workout thing. I did get an Xbox.
So you had. So here's the console for exercise, and you didn't exercise on the console.
Wait, you mean on the Wii? No, I did exercise for on the Wii. That was
Oh,
yeah,
okay. I
yeah.
was
Like,
like, I
but
thought you.
that was all I really
I thought
did.
I said I exercised instead of played video games.
Well, yeah, basically. And then and then I got the Xbox 360 because I wanted to do the Kinect, and there was like I wanted to get the Star
Weird.
Wars one. There was a Star Wars one and the
Oh
Harry
yeah.
Potter one. I could not finish. I couldn't get through it. It was too hard
Did
for
you?
me.
Did, so what's your review of the Star Wars Connect? Because I'm not.
I loved it. I felt so badass. I was like, yeah, I'm a Jedi, and I'm like, I even took my fake lightsaber and I used it when I was. But I remember I had such bad shoulder pain when I did that. I would wake up the next morning like really sore.
Did you do the Star Wars dance? Did you do the solo dance?
No,
The
I
Han
did
Solo.
not. I remember seeing that was on there, but I never did it. That'll be a fun stream. That'll be a Friday night
You should
stream.
do that. If you still have any equipment or something, you should definitely do a dance like this.
I still have it. That would be fun. Oh well, now that I have the capture card working, I mean, I could hook that up to my Xbox, right?
Yeah, as long as you have an HDMI cable, it should hook up to your Elgato, like the HDMI cords plug in,
Uh-huh.
all that. Yeah. Okay. Actually, now that I think about it, hang on. I need a quick reminder. Which is your 360? The white one?
I know it's a black console.
Oh, it's okay. It's black. Okay, so it might be a newer one. So I don't know if the older 360s came with HDMI. I don't know if like HDMI was like a new thing. It might have been
Oh, I got you.
the red, yellow, and white cord, 8 RCA plugins.
I have it right here. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Okay.
The console or the cord? That's true. You can get adapter. I did have to do that for my Wii to make it. Oh yeah, that's a new one.
Hold on.
Yeah, I think that's that one. My brother has that one. Yeah, that one's new.
This is okay? That, I mean, that, hold on. That looks like HDMI,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, HDMI, right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
This thing is like heavy duty. This is like much heavier than the
Oh, no.
PS4.
Yeah. Actually, no, that one's not my brother's. That one's mine. I
Oh,
got
really?
that one. That was my. Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Cool. Yeah. You still have the Kinect too.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I should stream the Star. No, I look like an idiot doing the Star Wars one, because it's like.
You already did the.
It's like kick and.
You did the what was it called? You did Vader Immortal.
Oh, I did Vader Immortal for a hot minute, and my computer couldn't handle it.
Was that
Inspector and Frankie in the morning. And today for our guest. Sorry, go ahead.
Was Vader Immortal the was it Elgato or was it was it PS4? Whatever you did last time.
I had to hook it up. There's no like HDMI cord. You have to hook it up with the.
Oh wait, Vader. That was a.
That's the VR game.
Yeah, but that was on PC, wasn't it? It wasn't on PlayStation.
Right.
Right.
Not on PC,
Okay,
on
so
Oculus.
Never mind. Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to figure because I've seen Vader Immortal on my PlayStation, and I'm like, I could totally get that and actually experience that story finally.
Oh, it's such a it's great. It's a great story. It made me feel like I was in my own Star Wars movie. Like, it made me feel like I was a star of Star Wars, and
You're a star.
star. Such a great story, but like scary. I think I shared the story. I don't remember the second one, because there's 3 installments. The second one was not only was the scariest, but the night that I played it, we had a storm. I was like, I had to take a lot of breaks because I was like shaking my boots. I was like, this is too much for me. It was terrifying.
Okay, that reminded me. I was thinking about this before the stream. I was thinking, okay, there's a story I could tell, but then I completely forgot about it. Now it just reminded me. So the beginning, in the WandaVision, going back to WandaVision, there's that loud banging sound, like that's happening occasionally. So, and like I don't know if we ever got it, I guess kind of solved, but it was like it's still a mystery.
Right.
But we just kept hearing this banging and saying like, all right, that's interesting. We finished the episode and like me and my dad are like just like sitting in the living room talking or such, and then we hear this bang outside of our this kind of like bang outside of our house. We just like. I was like, oh, that's weird. And then, like, immediately, WandaVision, like, reminded us, like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Don't do this to me.
Inspector, who's doing this to you? Inspector!
It's real. It's real. I'm alive.
But now that you bring that up, that was another thing that made me wonder, was it really a tree banging against the window, or was that how she was, like, justifying it in her mind? Was that actually something else going on? Like, in the room around her, wherever she is, or someone else doing it? Disney taking it to real time with this WandaVision on Inspector. Fully immersive. Play dance. Play Dance 2020.
Yeah, that is a good question. Like, was it just the world, or is something actually? Is she justifying it?
Mm-hmm. Could be. We shall see.
Yep.
Okay.
I also recently heard that I think this is the most expensive TV show
seriously
made.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, we probably haven't seen where the budget went unless like, but
The actors.
true, probably. But I was actually because I've known a few TV shows that were very expensive, and like Mandalorian also is one of the most like very expensive too to make
Hmm.
by itself, and it looks good. So I'm wondering what WandaVision's got that has justified that claim. That's what I've heard.
Right.
So I'm curious.
Hmm.
I'm excited to see what they bring.
Yeah. Oh, my screen is completely green now. Oh well. All right.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, that was fun.
yeah, that was fun. That was a fun stream. Very, very. It was fun. It was fun talking about microwaves and things from back in the day. You know. Um,
Yeah, Game of Thrones has a massive budget. All went to those dragons.
what dragons? Wait, what?
Game of Thrones, it's got dragons in it,
Oh.
and apparently that's where a huge amount of the like that because they're honestly pretty good. They're
Mhm.
pretty well designed and good, and yeah, you can definitely see the budget went to them.
Mhm. Mandalorian, Game of Thrones, massive budgets.
I definitely feel like the volume is a very expensive thing to use. Uh, for Mandalorian, the volume. I
Um.
so I wonder if that's a very that's where the budget goes for that,
Mhm.
not just along with its effects, like
Right.
because it's not just blue screen. You
Mhm.
actually have like a screen. So
Yeah.
um,
CGI is a money pit.
yeah, indeed. Though it was funny. It's like because that's actually an interesting like discussion. Like CGI, yeah, sure, can be expensive, but also like practical effects, like just
Mhm.
the products, the materials, the making sure it works and all that stuff.
Right.
I think I even like heard it like it costs just as much or even more to
Wow.
make something real, which makes sense because again at the same time again there's like the argument practical versus CGI. It's like and then if we're talking about just budget alone, like people will always say CGI is easier and cheaper, but it's like
Mhm.
I hear more now like CGI is getting more expensive,
Right.
and then it's like practical effects would be cheaper, but it's like then I'm hearing of course practical effects are much more difficult to make, so they wouldn't be cheaper.
Mhm.
So it's like this huge way of what would work and what doesn't work
Right.
for the situation.
Mhm. Hmm. Um. Volume is innovative long term. So what's funny? This is for Mando. Will be reused, so they'll be depreciable asset, but the cost is probably included, which falsely inflates its budget. Gotcha. It also
Hmm.
uses 3D. Mm.
That's true, yeah. 3D stuff. Yeah, I'm not made a movie or something like that, so I don't know how, budgeting a movie works and like that.
Let's
So
make
I
a
always
movie. A socially
I,
distanced movie. I think if we put our heads
uh,
together, we could do it.
I mean, there's a lot of people still making movies out there right now, trying to, the best they can. So,
Star Wars fan fight.
did you hear about the what like soap operas had to do for their some um of their scenes? Like,
I heard that like sometimes they had to use like whoever they're living with, like as a stand-in
yeah,
for their scene.
yeah, yeah. It's like they would either use like someone in a wig and all that sort of
Hmm.
stuff, like same outfit and such, or like I think they would even use a mannequin, like the
Oh
person would
god.
actually go come and act these scenes out and and even kiss the mannequin or such. It was just it's such a bizarre reality that we're in now of
I
how to get
know.
around.
Wow.
And
That's
I don't
crazy.
watch soap operas, so
I don't
I
either.
never like heard of me, but it's like, huh?
um, I know nothing about movies, but I was an accountant for a while. Oh, there you go. So you know about budgets and whatnot. Yeah, crazy times.
The space bar.
Star Wars movie where Inspector runs a cantina on Naboo. Frankie goes to the bar and orders a drink. We could do it. It totally happened.
But
He's like, okay then.
we do need to work on that reenactment.
I know. I just can't decide on the scene. I think we should
We could do the cantina.
We could
Like,
do the
start with
cantina.
that.
We could do the cantina.
And then we can move on to the Death Star.
Right. I guess I think if we should do like multiple scenes. This way, like, we can have all the characters, like the different characters.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna be Obi-Wan. We got to get Forsyth to be. I don't know. Well, I don't know if I remember originally we talked about Forsyth being Tarkin.
Hmm.
I think MXC wanted to be.
Nerdy can be the director. Like,
I
he
want
can
to
be
be
like
Leia.
Well, you be Leia, but Leia isn't in the cantina.
No. Okay, fine. I was like, don't leave me out of this. I will not be forgotten. Steve could be Tarkin if he wants to. That would work too.
Isn't MXC gonna be Han?
I think MXC's gonna be Han. If you do the cantina, you need Easter eggs. You need a pelican somewhere. This is true. I'm not much of an actor. All right, you can direct if you want. You could read the script.
Nerdy can be Han. Nerdy can be Han. And
I want to be a woman. Okay, I am a woman.
But you are an actor. You can act.
You can be Greedo.
Toca, toca solo.
I'll paint my face blue. I like it. I don't mind being Tarkin. For Thrawn? Unless you're Greedo. All right, we'll try and plan this. In high school, I used to work in the theater.
There's not a lot of us. I mean, some of us have to take multiple roles.
No, we're gonna get everyone. I'm sure we could get Lucifer to be someone. I'm trying to think. You see, I don't know.
Tracks to side by side, and people only walk single file to hide the numbers.
There you go. That's very good. I have a hilarious story from those times. Oh, okay. Lucy can be Han. I could see him being Han. He would make a good Han. So we got Obi-Wan. We're volunteering Lucy for Han. Someone's got to be Greedo.
Somebody's got to be Luke.
Oh, yeah. He's important, too.
It's actually one of the... What is it? Luke, honestly, if you think about it, Luke doesn't talk a lot in, like, the cantina or the Death Star. It's mostly, like, Han, Leia, and, like, everyone else.
I can voice scene transition.
And Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
Luke kind of just along for the ride on this situation.
All right, we'll figure it out. All right, go into that part on Discord and write down your role. Who you're going to be.
Write down who you want, and we'll sort you out.
Yes. We'll hold auditions. No, I'm kidding. Oh god, I can't wait for
station pick up some power converters.
I'm pretty whiny. I could do Luke.
Who's gonna fly, kid? You?
You know, I'm not such a bad pilot myself. Let's get out of here. We don't need to listen to this. God, I can't wait for someone to do. Now I kind of want to be Luke.
You can waste time with your friends when you get back and you get your chores done.
Oh.
You also have to get C-3PO and R2-D2.
Someone's got to beep. What about the scene where Luke kisses Leia?
It's for luck. Right.
No, but how am I going to kiss myself?
Just, kiss your hand.
Oh, a mirror!
Oh my god.
I love myself so much.
Okay, do that. Go the extra mile.
Or I get a green screen.
You can have green screen, then flip it to where it's like you and you.
I don't know. We're gonna have to do this on Discord, so I don't think I'd be able to do that.
Nerdy, be careful.
No, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't
Some,
work. Robert, I can be the stormtrooper looking for the droids. Perfect. Robert, you got a stormtrooper. Awesome. Robert, if you're not on are you on our Discord yet?
I don't think so. You should get him in.
I can't remember. I don't think I've seen you on there. If you even have Discord. If you have Discord, you're welcome to join us. One of us could send you a link. MXC. Okay. MXC, could you send him a link, pretty please? Oh, that's a good way to do it.
You speak Bocce? Like, okay, we have enough people for like because we have some people who are just doing bit parts like Uncle Owen and Aunt and Baru.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If we even start like the beginning and such. And like Captain Antilles, just somebody choked and then just tossed.
So.
Do we even have who's Vader? Has anybody like offered Vader yet?
No one's done Vader.
Did Winston ask or?
Oh, we may have volunteered him for it. I don't know if he'll do it though. Oh, that's right. You are on. Okay, I recognize your name. I forgot you are on Twitch. Okay. Sometimes I forget when people's YouTube names are different from their Twitch names. I forget, who's who.
Yeah. I had to combine mine to.
Oh yes.
Eventually, It's like, yeah, that's who you are.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Frankie and Nerdy, 2 names.
Yes, Frankie, Nerdy. I have access to a ventilator that does Vader sounds. Ooh. So you could be Vader, Steve, if you're willing.
Can you talk with it? Like do the sound close?
Madigan could do the breathing because when she's in a deep sleep, she breathes exactly like Vader. Mm-hmm. Invites it to Robert. Thank you.
Let's see.
And Chewie. Who's gonna be Chewie?
Madigan.
Yes. But she can't moan and groan on cue.
If you feed her a treat and then
I have a Chewie doll.
Mm.
He could, he probably makes the sounds.
Does he make noise?
I think so. I've never actually tried. When I got him, the batteries were dead. My wife is on it, and she'd be great. But I could easily use a spare. Best way to do Vader might be like a death. Interesting. Okay. I have a Chewie soundboard that she could use. There we go. We have that too. Oh, this is going to be awesome. All right. I'm not organized, so I don't know, it's hard to plan this, but we'll get it done. We'll get it done.
We'll get there.
And we could just
I think said summer is when I felt like this was
at the rate that this is going. Yes. I mean, but when we could do test runs, we could stream the test runs, just do one scene and see how it goes.
Yeah, we could stream basically us just
reading it,
organizing ourselves, and
mm-hmm.
then do a full-on edit recording.
Yeah, I can help organize it. Yes, MXC is organized. Okay, so I have a ventilator and a mic with reverb. Awesome. It's like the party planning committee from Friends. Not Friends, The Office. Did you watch The Office?
Oh my god, it's happening! That's what it's gonna be like when we finally get going.
All right, cool. All right. Well, if anybody has any ideas, you can post it. There's a section on the Discord for it, so you could throw some ideas on there. Mixie's a designated
Yeah,
adult.
that's right. I think
Mixie's a designated adult. Oh God, God help us.
I think I threw my hat in for 2 roles, but of course, like the role isn't in the same movie. Like I think I threw my hat in also for Palpatine in like the
Oh,
later
okay.
movie.
Okay, we can do that
If
too.
we ever get to it.
To be fair, I'm always the designated driver. Aw, you're a responsible adult. Those are important. All right,
Come here,
well.
my friend Luke. You've had a busy day. You made it back in one piece.
Oh, I don't remember the next line.
Ben. It's okay.
Ben?
That headache you took is.
Boy, am I glad to see you. Oh, can I carry the ice cream maker? You could be that guy. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. Look at me on Fridays. I am always the mature one
Oh,
on stream. No, you're not. Lucifer is the mature one on Fridays.
okay. I'm throwing my hat in for Lando on
Okay.
it
Okay.
for Empire.
All right. That works.
If nobody takes up Lando, I'll take Lando.
Okay, sounds good. Um, there just has to be an ice cream maker. But we gotta find the ice cream maker. I'm sure those things gotta be expensive on eBay. You know for sure.
I love that. I love how it's just like we I guess like what was it, Favreau and Filoni, they were just like we gotta make an ice cream maker. I think we feel like they've gotta like they were trying to buy one so they could like model it or something like that. And there's like, but they're so expensive, and they're
Yeah.
all like sold out. Like pretty much the cosplayers have bought them all out from under us. So
Yeah.
you gotta buy one from a cosplayer basically.
Yeah. Challenge accepted. Who is Java? Oh gosh. Oh. All right, I'm starting to get sore.
Free the nerdy.
Free the
It's
nerdy.
free the nerdy.
Let's quickly look. What decade was that from? Like
70s, 70s, 80s.
well, let's type in like vintage ice cream maker.
Woodrow Wilson ice cream maker. Is that his name? Woodrow.
I'm seeing like bits and pieces. I'm not seeing like the
Wilrow Hood is the name
of the character.
Yeah, the character.
Yeah, but you guys,
Wilrow Hood ice cream.
You gotta find someone who's selling the ice cream maker who doesn't know what they have. You know what I mean?
Woodrow is the president.
Like, this is gonna take some digging. Oh. Well, I know what you meant. Yeah, I gotta.
Oh, you mean original Jabba? You mean the guy in the furs and all that? I actually wonder what the movie would have been like if they had stuck with like human Jabba.
Oh gosh, he wouldn't have been as intimidating. Oh, screen went out for a second. I mean the stream went out for a second. It's okay, Inspector. I use that name to remember it.
I was like, I know it's like W something. Do you remember that? You remember that deleted scene with like basically like the one where Han and Jabba talk, but it's it's human Jabba.
Yeah.
Scottish. Imagine him in Return of the Jedi.
Oh god.
Like him
with Leia. Oh god.
With Leia.
Poor Leia.
Well, the slug was better, but still.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I need to go take some ibuprofen, I think, because my neck is starting to get a little sore. So
yeah, let's get nerdy some rest and sleep.
Yes.
And done for tomorrow.
I'm so delicate, as you know. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for hanging out and chatting with us, and we also appreciate you guys brainstorming with us for when we virtually act out the movies. It's gonna be fun.
Yep. And
Um,
it was a fun. Basically, it was just a nostalgia chat.
yeah, yeah. Which was fun. Made me feel like a kid again. Lazy New Yorkers. Listen, don't even get me started, all right? But thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you give Inspector a follow. Check out some of his videos. Has a lot of great stuff on there. We're both also on social media. Nothing nerdy. What's your handles? I don't even remember your handles.
The Inspector Who
So the
on
Inspector
Twitter.
Who.
It's the only social media I use besides YouTube.
Okay. Check them out on there. And yeah, I will be back on Twitch at some point tomorrow. So yeah, but otherwise we will be back. Blah, 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 blah.
That's how it started. That's how we end it.
You're right. I was doing that before. I forgot. All right. I will be back on Friday with the watch party for the next episode of WandaVision. We will be back on Sunday discussing the episode.
Yeah.
She said slowly so she wouldn't mess it up.
I'm honestly really excited for the next one.
I am too. I actually am too. Lucifer, darling, you're coming in at the end.
You missed it. Hey, wait. Who do we say Lucifer's gonna be?
Han Solo.
Han? You're gonna throw Lucifer Han Solo?
I feel like you would make a good Han Solo. Pretty please. Dun, dun, dun. I'm stuck on the at some point tomorrow. I'll be on Twitch. Oh, okay. Because you weren't here earlier. I'm doing a day stream tomorrow. I'm aiming for 1 p.m. Eastern time.
It'll be early stream.
Yeah.
Earlier than normal.
Yeah. Lucifer likes to tease me for my tardiness. Day stream, aka 12 hours. No.
Oh, I got spaghetti.
Go enjoy your spaghetti. You know what I'm doing right now? I'm wearing my skeptical face. Ah! He's so mean to me. I will be there tomorrow. But I'm off tomorrow, so I want to stream during the day. Thank you very much.
Yeah, tomorrow's a holiday.
Yeah. You don't have to come if you don't want to. It's optimistic, though. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. We will catch you all in the next stream. Everybody have a great night, and we will see you all soon. Bye.
Take care. See you there. Bye-bye.